Hello everyone, welcome to Alphawisdom. I'm Mystic Cassandria. Today we're talking about another mount, the Mount of Luna, which means the moon. All right, it's just opposite, right across the palm from Venus, which is your thumb ball. So we get started with this one and see what's so interesting about this one. Okay, your check sheet here. Here's an example. We'll get into this sign in a minute and what these arrows have reference to. But let's look here. The lower edge of the palm lying across or lying opposite the Mount of Venus. Here's Venus. Just above the wrist is the Mount of Luna. Here's Luna right here, right across from Venus, your thumb ball. This represents the source of the receptive, passive, and emotional aspects of the personality. It is the home of our subconscious impressions and unconscious drives, instincts, and imagination. Ideally, this mount should be broad and lightly rounded in shape. And I think we have that here. It points to an interest in religion and mysticism and a desire to perceive more than what meets the eye. Okay? Now, markings such as loop or whirl, these are the examples I have. This is a loop. On this mount are important. If the headline runs down, and this one is running down, the person will have strong creative and imaginative imagination. Novelists, artists, designers, script writers, songwriters, and others whose work involves invention tend to have this configuration. I think we're clear there. Okay, so let's take a look at this before we focus on what's going on here. Okay, we're looking at this one. What we have here is a loop. And it's located at the upper portion of this mount. The closer we get to the wrist, well, you know it's lower. Okay? The lower edge of the palm, lying opposite Venus, is known as the Mount of the Moon. Of course, we know that, lunar. As the seat of subconscious mind. It's the realm of dreams, fantasy, and imagination. If it is well padded, that is, this is raised up, well padded, and as strong and vigorous, this reveals vigorous creativity as well as a strong desire to protect and take care of others. A prominent lunar mount can be found on healers, counselors, teachers, and others in these professions. Any markings on the lunar mount are important. If the headline runs down, and of course we've done that, its owner will be in the area of writing novels, artists, designs, script writers, songwriters, and others. Okay, now let's look at this. This is a loop, and it's going in this direction toward the center of the palm. That's why the arrow is here. It's called the loop of nature. This indicates a strong affinity with nature. It's especially common among people involved in agriculture, including farmers, beekeepers, environmentalists, and dowsers. Sorry about that. Although this loop is not strongly linked to any specific profession, those who have it always have a feel for the natural world and are often drawn to careers or hobbies related to nature. Does that sound like anybody out there? I hope so, because we need to help the planet. Yes. All right. So that's what it looks like. It comes in toward the center of the palm. Now there's another loop on this side or on the lunar that may also appear, and it will be running away from the center toward the edge of the palm, the percussive side. If you have that, that's called a memory loop, and it is an indicator not only of an excellent memory, which can be applied to a wide variety of careers, but of psychic ability as well. Because this is like in that territory. It is common among clairvoyants and other psychic people of all types, including those who do readings, mediums, and psychometrists. Astrologers and palm readers often have this loop, including those who swear that their work is entirely scientific and has nothing to do with extrasensory perception. So that's what it looks like. It's just a loop, same as you would have on the fingers, but you have this one going in this direction, facing center. And if you had one that's facing toward the edge of the palm, remember, that's called the memory loop. And if you have it, good for you. All right, let's go on. Okay, here is a whirl. I think that's clear. This is a whirl. Just a circle and then a circle and a circle, expands. It can be larger than this. A whirl pattern on the Mount of Luna reflects a strong ability to visualize. Although quite rare, it can be found in the hands of artists and writers. It would be a useful marking for an architect, a playwright, or any person whose work demands the ability to communicate visions and impressions to others. Okay? All right. Now let's focus on this page. People with a medium size, that is, it's not too spread out, let their instincts guide them in relationships more than mental reasoning, especially if small lines of intuition move up this mount diagonally toward the center of the hand. When we get back into psychic signs, I will include that. All right, going on to the next one. The strong and more prominent the mount, the greater the imagination and subconscious drives are, especially if the headline droops or sloops downward toward the center. Intuition is enhanced. Intuition seems to get stronger, okay? So that's a good thing if you're into that area, along with the potential for creation, creating things, new ideas. Okay, if this is large, it can also reveal a strong desire to protect and nurture others, especially if accompanied by a series of short vertical lines. Here they are, called the Samaritan line. It's also called the medical stigmata. It's like the gift of healing. And finally, if it's large and accompanied by long, strong, well, not really, but you just follow what it says here. Long, strong Jupiter finger, the person's protective instincts can express themselves by wanting to control others for their own good. It also can be a sign that the owner tends to be realistic, unimaginative, and dull. Well, strange way of ending a video, and dull. Okay, well, if you like this one, by all means, give a thumbs up, share, and subscribe. Welcome to all new subscribers. We're very happy to have you. Well, have a wonderful day and a wonderful weekend. Love yourself and love and light. Bye.